Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 of the Music City Open presented by Lone Star Discs. We're back at the honky tonk, folks. We are in Nashville, Tennessee. Disc Golf Pro Tour, stop number 4. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Allie Smith.
Just filling in for Madison Walker. We don't have a commentary name yet. Maybe if you think of one, leave it in the comments. We're happy to be calling the shots here with you. We're watching some kind of sloppy conditions out there, watching a few people struggle. There's a lot of colors on these scorecards, but everyone's still finding birdies. Kristin Tattar hanging on to the lead here. Holyn, Handley, and Macie Velediaz hanging on to second. Sarah Gilpin dropping back to 6th place. Right now, -3 is the hot round of the day, and as you can tell by the B-roll in the background, the rain is coming, folks. Hole 10 is a very gettable birdie hole. There is some OB on the right you have to be careful of. You're trying to shoot down this gap. I would say backhand is probably the more common play, just kind of a flip up, maybe straight fairway driver. I'd say early left is the most common mistake, or even just hitting those trees in the gap. You see some people do shoot kind of over the gap as well and not try to, hit it straight on.
Sarah Gilpin just took a birdie on hole 9.
Yeah, her first of the round. And those are the trees, man. Those ones right there just draw you in.
And unfortunately kicked her into that little cropping of out of bounds.
Yeah,
that's tough. I didn't know it was there.
Yeah, it's mean. It's mean. The left side's definitely better to land on. The rain is definitely in earnest now. I feel like the last hole it wasn't there, and all of a sudden here we are. Where Kristin landed is fine. It can be a little bit tricky, but it's inbounds.
I wonder if that slipped out of Kristin's hand a little bit. As you said, the rain is starting to come down.
Look at Macie.
Slight turn on that. Beautiful shot by Macie. Puts it inside the bullseye.
Mm-hmm. What rain? That was her supreme escape. Holyn trying to go over the trees, but early. She's going to be on the left side somewhere around where Kristin landed.
Sarah is throwing her third shot after going out of bounds. We are on an elevated basket here on hole 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like, your gimme of 15 or 18 feet, all of a sudden 15 to 18, you're thinking about it a little bit more, Holyn doesn't look super happy with her approach shot. She is inside the circle for par, though.
Kristin.
Oh, whoa.
Lining up a forehand roller. Gets it out.
Yeah, that was fine. You don't really see Kristin throw those, so pretty well done. She's got a chance to save her par from inside the circle, outside the circle.
Just leaves it a little left there. Rain is really starting to come down.
Yeah. Sarah on the left as well. Just a little bit harder on these elevated pins. Let's see if Holyn can save her par. No.
Unfortunate miss there for Holyn.
Yeah. You do wonder how much of it's the rain, though. I feel like a lot of times you end up rushing or you wipe your disc a million times and then that raindrop just finds its way under your thumb and you're like, I can still do it. And then you miss.
You really can't.
Yeah, you really can't.
That was a solid putt.
Yep. Bogey, unfortunately for Holyn. Sarah with a double. Kristin with a bogey. Woof. Not what you want on a 285-foot hole. I mean, it's not easy. It's technical, but still.
Right, Erika, we mentioned we thought the front or the back nine was easier. I said I thought the back nine was easier.
Yeah.
We're seeing that Macie does get a birdie, but for the rest of the card, not easier.
I would say it's, like we said, it's scoreable. The birdies are there, but if you don't get there, it's probably a bogey.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's more mentally challenging.
We see 3 of the 4 league card taking a bogey or a double bogey. Coming up in hole 11, we got a straight shot. You're going up into this kind of cavernous, got a few ledges of rock, really a backhand turnover or a forehand. It's only 270. It's pretty attackable for everyone in the field.
I like to call this the fairy circle, personally. Just feels like something special's happening on these little circles of rock. I would say that backhand turnover is probably the more common play. Macie swings her sidearm out wide and I think gets away with it.
I think it snuck through those bushes.
Yeah, it's kind of dense over there. Most likely Macie and Kristin here trying to swing it in right before those left side trees. Kristin lacing it, catching an unfortunate late tree, but she'll have a birdie look.
That's about as that's what you're aiming to do.
Yeah,
put it
pretty
right
much.
there.
Like if you hit one of those last trees or rocks, you're like, all right, well, I did the thing. It's fine.
A beautiful straight / slight turnover.
Yeah.
Wow, even hops up a rock for Holyn.
Mm-hmm.
After that bogey, she'll like that birdie putt coming up.
Yeah, Holyn with a Z swirl buzz on that one.
Sarah throws a nice smooth straight shot with a little finish. She might have a tester. Here we go. Just outside the circle.
Looking like she's going to have to hyzer it around that last tree there. Pretty uphill putt, more than it looks.
I looked right on line. That last tree she needed to get around.
Yeah, it almost looked like she was trying to go inside of it. I can't tell, but either way, she's outside the bullseye for a par. Macie unable to convert on the birdie, though I think she's almost lucky to get a par. Like, sometimes it's hard to scramble from left side.
It's really difficult. Oh, Kristin just chains out right side for that birdie opportunity. Solid dead center par putt for Sarah.
And Holyn just outside the bullseye for the bird.
Nice way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 11 played under par for us today.
That's great. I think it should.
I agree.
Yeah.
270, pretty straight shot.
Our lead card ladies getting out of here pretty clean, and Holyn with the tap-in birdie.
With all this rain coming down, I am a little shocked to see them still going with the forehand because it can be a little harder to grip the disc.
Sure, that makes sense. Wow, I don't really throw a lot of forehands off the tee, so I didn't really think about that.
I find it easier to hold that backhand. You got more fingers on it.
Sure. Hole 12 is an uphill par 4. You're trying to shoot the gap, which is pretty narrow, and beat one final tree, and you want to hyzer as left as possible. Forehand is the ideal play on the second shot, though you do see some backhand turnovers. That right side is just death. I would say that landing zone is kind of generous. Most ladies going to land a little bit shorter and closer to that tree, closer to the tee. You don't have to get a ton of distance on this one to be able to attack for birdie. You just need to get up and left.
Exactly. Hitting the gap like so, Holyn does.
Look at that rain. I'm so glad I was done before this.
Me too. I finished hole 18 and it started pouring.
Yeah, nice. Holyn throwing her captain's raptor.
Very overstable, fairway driver.
Nice and trusty. Macie with an opto grace.
Following suit with that gap hit with the left finish. Kristin, a little early for Kristin, and making an aggressive kick to the right.
I mean, not the worst kick you could get for sure.
No. And there's no out of bounds to the right.
It's true.
Until you get up to the basket.
Sarah just throwing an escape, just making sure she gets out of the gap and past that one tree. Again, kind of showing us the conservative, smart play, honestly. Not getting too aggressive. What an out from Kristin. Stand still all the way in that bush. Gets some great distance on her forehand.
Let's see what Sarah can do. There's her forehand out wide. That definitely leaves you a more open shot for your approach.
And again, Sarah looking like she's just playing for par here. And stress-free pars are wonderful. You'll take them every time. I think Sarah's put herself in position for quite a few of those. Macie definitely attacking a little bit more, but ends up in circle 2, which she seems fine with.
Right. Has the power, but the disc didn't have maybe the stability to fade in.
Well, you definitely don't want to fade into the right stuff and, you know, be obstructed or not even be able to pitch out on your putt.
Woo! Holyn just puts that one right in the circle. Blind approach shot.
That was a Z zone. Wow, what a shot.
Zone.
Yeah, she threw it pretty far.
And Kristin looks like she put that into the circle as well.
Yeah, looking like she's gonna hopefully save her par. Sarah with a little step throw. Not quite a throw, not quite a putt. Into the bullseye.
Pitch up.
Really clean par. Macie giving it a little run maybe for a 3.
For Kristin's par. The result is...
Looks like she missed it.
I think so.
Yep.
Oh.
Man. Good putt there. Quite a few drop putts from Kristin in the last couple holes. We'll see if she can clean it up. Just so hard to focus in this rain, unless you're Holyn Handley and you just birdied it.
No problem. Holyn does have a caddy. Kristin's doing it all on her own. She got to dry her own discs.
That's a good point. Having a caddy hold the umbrella for you is clutch in the rain.
Huge. And I mean, drying discs.
Yep.
Having things easy accessible to.
Moral support.
And Macie cleans up her par. She's got the distance for the birdie there. I know she wants it.
I think that staying left side, though, not a bad mistake to make by
Nope.
any means. Holyn and Macie hanging on to it. Jennifer Allen moving up with that -3 through 14.
Why disc golf? It's the people. It's fun.
It's the lucky shots. It's the feeling.
So come out.
Grab a disc.
Or 2, and let it fly with Lone Star Disc.
All right, hole 13. We've got to throw a straight shot. We're looking for it to fade a little bit so that it's going to be clear for this opening right here. We're flying through. This is a par 4, so on our second shot, we're looking to throw maybe a backhand that's going to fade near this basket. I don't think there is any OB on this hole at all.
No, just don't land in the ditch.
In the ditch.
Yeah.
You can see that is probably the landing zone. Even a little bit further back is fine.
Yeah. I like a little more right side to open up that shot, like you were saying. It is a pretty sharp right to left moving shot on the second shot for sure. This looks like a slower speed disc from Holyn, and I think she's in a really good spot there.
Like you said, a little more to the right of that gap, opening that second shot for her, for Holyn.
Holyn just throwing a glow buzz there.
Mid-range.
Yeah, I think it tempts you into throwing the distance driver, but it's not actually that far. And even if you're short here, like Macie is, just a little short, you can still get there for the birdie. It's interesting. I feel like this hole baits you.
Sarah's gonna throw something up steady. And being
Yeah.
that, like you said, shorter, not really short
Yeah,
landing
that's
zone.
a fine spot. As long as you're
Yep.
past that little mud pit, she is just past, you can definitely attack. Kristin ripping one up there.
Skips off the mud.
Yeah, they did put some mulch down. I was in that yesterday. It was awful. It was so slick. All our lead card ladies on the right side in position to attack. Sarah Gilpin up first.
Just a pace or two outside of the circle.
Yeah, solid shot.
Hole 13 playing the 17th most difficult, so
Yeah, all
second
right.
easiest.
Got it figured out. It plays under par then.
Definitely under par.
Nice. Macie inside the circle on her second shot, looking at a birdie. Kristin looks like, yeah, she's got that shot inside the circle as well. You can see the basket from where we're standing. You really have to get it to fade left pretty hard to get there. Holyn out driving it.
Even with a little slip, it looked like.
Yeah. Puts it to about 20 feet long.
Circle 2 for Sarah. Wow, I thought that was going to fade right in.
Yep, just an inch or two low. There we go.
Go, Kristin.
Big birdie putt for Kristin.
Nice coming after that bogey. Get her back on track.
Yeah, it's always nice to hit a big putt after you've missed a few. Macie coming up a little low left on her birdie bid. Holyn to go turkey here. 3 birdies in a row.
There it is.
Not too shabby.
Cleaning up a par. There's Macie.
Man, Holyn really turning it on here. And in the rain, too.
Maybe that adds a little extra pressure that she's able to focus on her discs maybe more. Kristin poking out of her umbrella.
In need of a caddy, maybe. Holyn taking the lead there over Kristin and Macie. Jennifer Allen 4 down through 16. Check it. All right. Hole 14 is a pretty technical, straight, slightly downhill shot. That OB on the right comes up very fast. All of these spruce and whatever other trees are over there on the left are very dense. You don't want to land there. You see a lot of straight shots, fairway drivers mostly. We might see some mid-ranges. There is a line, a big forehand shot to the left where you try to get a skip. I like this play. It's safer. There's no OB on the left that you can really feasibly reach. Holyn with a great shot there. Puts it to about 15 feet. Yeah, I think that's the play.
That was a really overstable disc as well.
Yeah.
And with this lead card being dominant forehand players, they've got the distance.
And where Kristin landed, even though it's not a perfect shot, it's fine. It's wide open. If you take that right side gap, you can find some tough places. Macie swings her rive out wide and almost finds the circle.
And all 4 of our competitors here taking the forehand. Sarah gets a nice turn out of it.
Probably too much turn.
Yeah.
But as long as she's not all the way in that ditch, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fine. Even a look from about 70 feet or so.
Gotta remember there is out of bounds. It's, what, 15 feet?
It is. You can't hyper aggressively run it. But it's uphill, so it's not like you're going to roll there either.
No.
But yeah, we see kind of a higher floatier bid from Kristin than I think we would normally see because of that OB.
Exactly.
And Kristin comes up, just hits the band. Great effort.
Macie is all over the basket the last couple holes.
She's hungry for that circle too. She's been jumping up and down, smiling, giving them good effort. Bids.
4 in a row. What do we call that?
I don't have a name for it. I have a name for 5. I'll tell you if she gets 5.
Okay. I think Philo calls it a ham bone.
Yeah, I don't
get that one.
Get it.
Someone have to explain that to me.
I don't like it either. I refuse.
I played with someone, and now I feel really bad I'm forgetting her name, but she has a name for 3, 4, 5,
Oh, really?
6. Yeah, it's pretty
That's
interesting.
funny. Like her own name?
Yeah, like they're
She
all
made it up?
They're all like bird puns.
Oh, all right. Well, tell us what you think 4 in a row is in the comments. Holyn, 4 in a row, 3 down for the round. Or sorry, 1 down for the round.
I keep looking at the wrong spot.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hole 15, we've got a straight shot. You want to avoid the OB on the right side, looking to land right about here, and you're looking for another straight shot. Again, avoiding OB on the right. The left side is a natural OB, very tough, guarded with lots of trees, looking to approach. There we go. We got the tee. That's a pretty good landing zone. That'll really get you a shot for the birdie. You got to throw a really good second straight shot.
And there is OB deep of the basket too that
That's right.
can definitely come into play if you overthrow something.
I think the key, if you are looking for the birdie, is avoiding this tree here. You got to get
and just staying in bounds
past
too.
that, yeah.
That tree though, it kind of draws you in. You really don't want to be left side, so you do kind of end up pushing that tree, I think, a lot.
Yep. I found this tee pad to be a little slippery today.
Sure.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
The rain, the mud.
Kristin with a great shot, hangs it out to the right there, gets really good distance. I really like this change from last year. The tee pad is up closer, and then they pushed the pin back. I think it's much more fair.
Completely agree.
Macie with a huge shot there. She's
Prime
on
position.
her Supreme Trespass. Yeah, really good. Sarah with a grace.
Nice
Also
and smooth.
Yeah, nice and clean. Holyn, awkward patent pending position.
Gives it some air underneath.
Little frisbee throw.
Yeah.
Throwing a lid. That was great.
And avoids that natural OB that we were talking about, the left side. That's tough.
And avoids hitting her hand on the tree. Everyone knows who listens to commentary that I'm always terrified someone's going to do that. But she had great control of herself. Really good shot from Sarah here. It's fading maybe just a bit too early. It can be a little tough to scramble from in there.
Let's see what Kristin can do. I assume it's a grace.
She has been throwing a lot of rives this year, though, too.
Rives.
But that does look like a grace. It turns quite a bit. It's pushing OB. Yep, it's OB deep.
Macie throws it a little low. It is safe in the fairway, but a little low.
Mm-hmm.
Today, hole 15 played the most difficult for us.
Really?
Yes, number one.
That is, I would never pick this one.
4.92, almost a whole stroke over.
Holyn with a really great third recovery shot, putting it pretty much at the bullseye for her par. I can't believe that. That's nuts. I feel like this is one you're thinking, I can birdie this, you know?
Right. But it takes
yeah, it's not
two perfect
easy.
shots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah with the classic mistake from over there. It's you try to throw the panning forehand, but it can cut roll if you put too much angle on it.
Kristin gives that a bid from after going OB. She
Yeah.
is safe on this side of the creek.
Yeah, unable to save her par, and what a putt.
Ooh.
And a par save for Sarah.
Circle 2 par save. Great shot, Sarah.
Ooh, let's see that Jomez. Love her putt. Love the spin. She's dead center every time.
I was about to say that. Yes.
Yep.
All round. And cleaning up the par. There is Macie.
Yeah, Macie having a really good backstretch here. She hasn't had a bogey in like, I don't know, 8 holes. You guys can count. Count how many holes. Holyn breaking the birdie streak, unable to get what I like to call a golden sombrero.
Golden sombrero.
Macie moving up to solo second. Kristin sliding back, tie for third with Jennifer Allen, who's 3 down through 17. Hole 16 used to be hole 18. Pretty treacherous little island hole. It's only 305, so you can throw a mid-range if you want. You see a lot of fairway drivers. That tree on the right kind of blocks the hyzer, so you're throwing straight shot primarily, or maybe a gentle turnover. I haven't really seen forehands. Have you seen any forehands?
Nope.
Okay, yeah.
So
So
FPO side.
generally right hand, backhand, just kind of something slow and straight. It was kind of... What was the wind? It was
A
tailwind.
tail,
It was a
yeah.
tailwind.
Less tail than yesterday.
True, much less. That was a beautiful shot from Holyn. Buzz SS. Macie a little too wide.
Yeah, I was wondering if she was looking for the hyzer route. And
Oh, she snuck in.
did it.
Yep. Lucky. There is, you can see that gap in the trees that some ladies go for, you know, kind of lower line, but it definitely brings the trees way into play. Sarah
Did
doing a
that
great
also-
job, though.
Yeah, skip in as well. Solo gap. There's a lot of gaps here.
Yeah, I haven't seen this yet. I was curious if we would. The over-the-top hyzer.
I love this play.
I do too. Wow. I wish I could do that.
You really trust your disc, yeah.
Yeah. That was a grace from Kristin. Everyone's safe. That's got to be rare in
Yep.
the field.
I really like this, the island hole
I do
aspect
too.
of it.
Oh, Sarah just low. Yeah, I guess there is a drop zone I failed to mention. It's a circle 2 death putt down the hill. So we won't have to see it today. I like this as an island. I wish 17 was also an island or had a drop zone.
I agree.
Yeah. Kristin with a really good bounce back birdie there. And
Man.
Holyn back on the birdie train.
Oh, almost got 6 in a row.
Dang it. I don't
5
have a
and
name
6.
for that either.
Cleans up the par, Sarah.
Macie looks cold.
It was getting colder.
It was getting chilly.
It was.
All right.
Yeah.
2 birdies, 2 pars on hole 16.
Pretty good. No drop zones.
Yep. We got 1 more water carry and then a long slog uphill. Holyn with a 3-stroke lead.
Hole 17. It is not a true island. You can lay up right to the base of the lake and then chip over.
No one lays up though.
I saw maybe one. We were facing a headwind again. Not as aggressive as day 1, but a headwind. I've seen a lot of forehands.
Yeah.
The backhand hyzer, a straight backhand to get it to hit the ground. Just get it in bounds.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I think you're right that this one has kind of more lines than most of the other holes on the course. Whoa.
Oh.
Huge misfire from Holyn.
Must have rolled her wrist on that forehand.
She's cranked it over. She kind of looks at her hand. I mean, it's coming down here, folks.
Right.
I'm sure you've either played in rain like this or looked outside and been like, absolutely not. It's terrible. It's so hard.
Kristin giving that forehand a go. Oh, skip off the tree. That's also going to find out of bounds.
Yeah, and I doubt it crossed too.
I don't think so.
So
Macie lining up the backhand.
I like the backhand personally right at the leftmost tree, and then you just hyzer into circle 2. It feels safe. This is the risky play.
We safe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Macie safe, but you're really playing with those trees and bringing a lot of luck into play.
Sarah's going to throw more of like a straight shot. Gets that headwind turn.
She's flipping up an escape and really trusting it, and lands safe as well. All right. Holyn way back here. What a weird shot. Like,
Maybe
no
that's
one's
something-
practiced from
that's
there.
I was
You know what
gonna
I
say.
mean?
No. She goes for that backhand, maybe to just at least establish position, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, she's at least up there, but 2 OBs.
Did it cross in?
It looked like it
Okay.
did. We'll see what they give her. Kristin taking it from the short side and putting it to less than 15 feet. Really great recovery for the bogey. The best you can do from there.
Oh, good. So Holyn did, in fact, cross in.
Yeah, but she's looking at a triple bogey. Ouch.
Man. 17 today played as the second most difficult for us.
I can't believe it's not the most difficult.
I can't
And
either.
15
It was
is.
15.
Like, what kind of math is that? That's garbage.
Yeah.
Macie lays up for her par. Here's Kristin for her bogey.
It's muddy right there. They've added a lot of mulch and hay.
Yeah. Yeah, look at all that water. Come on, what are we doing? Get inside. Holyn dropping right back into that tie with Macie Velediaz. Jennifer Allen in the clubhouse, 3 down, tied for the hot round with Allie Smith. Hole 18, finishing up with a long uphill par 5. You got to throw up and over these trees, which are very grabby, so make sure you get over them. Then you're throwing up this hill. This is probably the most common gap right here. Some women going to go out to the right of that other tree, and then you're kind of now throwing across the hill instead of up the hill, depending on where you land. This one's gettable, but tough. Just how uphill it is, the footing, the emotions. No, I was kidding. But yeah, one shot at a time, get it over the trees.
That is step 1. If you can do that, it's over. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Macie actually in a really great spot considering how much speed that branch took off her disc. Sarah too far to the right and doesn't quite get away with it. She's going to be just on the edge of the rough, very short.
Most likely needing to pitch out. Kristin Tattar. Throwing one straight.
Oh, I love this.
That's great.
That's so good.
Climb
Really
the
far.
hill. And after that triple bogey, let's see what Holyn can do.
Yeah, Holyn definitely with the most birdies on the card. Looking like she's getting hyper aggressive there. She lands in a slightly better spot than Sarah, but still very short. Par is theoretically attainable from where they are.
But tough.
Yeah. Good out from Sarah.
Yeah, I thought she was a little more in him. She was able to have a stance, so that's good.
Holyn probably looking to go pretty big here.
See a standstill throw from Holyn.
Yeah, he can look at how bad that footing is. She still gets so much power on the
Oh my
disc.
gosh.
I mean, that's a that's a great shot.
That's awesome.
Wow. Macie going around this tree, but sawed it off.
It's a tough shot uphill. You have to trust something that's understable to get you through.
Oh, interesting. Sarah's going to go forehand here.
Okay.
Little turnover, touchy forehand.
Nice.
That was great.
Great execution, Sarah.
Kristin finally getting to her second throw. She's way up the hill.
And a little left out of the hand.
Yeah, early.
Finds that evergreen pine.
Yeah, probably a spruce. We're going to call it a spruce.
I think you're right.
Maybe a cedar, actually. It's a cedar. It's definitely a cedar.
It's a conifer of the sorts.
Yeah, all right. We're not tree people. Macie pitches one out of that tree, and she's sitting in a pretty decent spot. It's not going to be an easy save, but it's possible.
Standstill forehand out of the tree for Kristin.
Yeah, good recovery.
Yep.
Should be an easy pitch up for her par.
You can see the wind's a little bit left to right.
Yeah, I would say most ladies, you kind of just got to pick a side of that tree.
Yes.
I think the left side's more open, but the right side's tempting for us righties.
Pick one and commit to it.
Mm-hmm. Macie's fourth. She's going sidearm to the left. She hangs it out a little too far left. Gonna drop maybe in circle two.
Be close. Sarah's gonna throw another forehand approach here. Trying to miss the tree.
She does not look happy. Yep, pull it a little too wide. Sarah gonna be just outside the circle with a par save attempt, which honestly is great considering where she landed off the tee.
Yes.
Little harp chip shot for Kristin's fourth.
And inside the bullseye.
Yeah, so she's gonna end the round 4 over. Not great, having some trouble out there, but still gonna be up on the leaderboard. Macie pitches up. She's gonna finish with a bogey, though she was even on the back 9. Pretty clean.
Whole lot of pars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holyn kind of giving it a go there, but gonna be taking a par. Yes,
yeah.
Sarah. Look at that. That's like 8 pars in a row to finish.
At that.
Let's see it again. Slowly.
2 slow mezzes for Sarah in
Yeah.
this back 9.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Sarah taking a couple of bigger numbers, but, you know, having some highlights. Showing us she definitely belongs up here on the lead card. She is going to drop back down to a tie for 6th, also shooting 4 over like Kristin. Macie finishing 1 over, even par so far for the tournament. What a whirlwind. And Holyn gonna finish 1 over after all those birdies. Just had that triple on 17 that kind of took some wind out of her sails. Here we go, our lead card for tomorrow. Holyn Handley has 1 stroke on Jennifer Allen, who shot 3 down, Macie Velediaz and Kristin Tattar. Henna Blomroos close behind, Katrina Allen, Sarah Gilpin, Evelina, other names. Allie Smith is a name you can read. Wow, what a whirlwind. I hope the conditions and the footing is better tomorrow. What do you think? What do you think these ladies need to do to win?
I think you're going to need to come out confident, ready to attack. It is going to be nicer weather.
Yep.
And be confident in your abilities. We all have the ability to score out here, at least get pars.
We definitely need to see a little bit cleaner scorecards.
Definitely.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for joining us on round 2. I hope you enjoyed the coverage. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Allie Smith. All